Now, when you ask somebody, how do you lose weight? They can tell you the process of losing weight is pretty simple. Now, the actual application, not so much, but most people know in order to lose weight, they need to change certain elements of their lifestyle and their diet, which causes them to burn more calories and consume less calories. Okay, provide that perfect energy balance. If you said to somebody, how do you lose weight? I guarantee you they can give you the right answer. So why are so many people struggling to lose weight? Because it's not all about how much food you're eating, what type of food you're eating, and the exercise you're doing. The thing that people struggle with is a bit of education on that stuff, but the thing that people struggle with is consistency and keep on doing that particular thing. And why do they struggle with it? Because they're only looking at the diet and the exercise. They're not looking at the other factors and elements of their life which are actually making that change very, very difficult. And this is where your emotional side of things come into it, and looking more at your lifestyle. You know, stepping back, looking at your life and thinking, why can I really not stick to any diet or exercise? Is it the particular type of diet that I'm trying to do? Does it just generally not suit my lifestyle? Or is there other things that keep constantly making me fail? From like an emotional point of view. For, you know, look at the rest of your lifestyle, and this is the thing that people don't understand, is that the two go hand in hand. Exercise and diet and the other elements of your life that needs to change. Everything that we do, about 40 to 60% of the things that we do on a daily basis are just habitual. We don't think about them, we just do them. When you put your shoes on, you probably tie the laces on the same foot every single time. But you don't notice that's just a habit that you've got into. The same with brushing your teeth and what time you go to bed. These are all habits that people have got into, and you do these things without even thinking. And these are the things that often are making it a lot more difficult to stick to that diet and exercise routine. Is you need to look at your particular habits that you're performing on a daily basis at the moment. What ones are making it really difficult for you to stick to that routine? Whether it be that you're staying up late and watching TV, and then you need to think, right, okay, you need to reverse engineer that. It's like, I'm staying up late and watching TV. The only time I can go to the gym is at 7 a.m. before I start work. But every morning when my alarm goes off to get out of bed an hour and a half earlier than I really need to before I start work, I just hit the snooze because I'm tired. Okay, well, the main issue there is that you're going to bed too late. Okay, so it's easy to say, right, let's just go to bed earlier. But instead, you need to look at the habits and the cues and the things that are in your environment that reinforce that habit of you going to bed later. It might be something as simple as you have a TV in your bedroom. So every night when you get into bed, you put the TV on. But you don't fall asleep watching TV. You end up watching a TV series, then a next episode, then a next episode. Before you know it, you're up till midnight. And then that alarm goes off in the morning and you're not getting up early again. So what you need to then think is, how can I stop that from happening? If the TV's sitting in my bedroom, it's always going to be a temptation to turn it on. So maybe the easy thing to do by changing your environment is removing that TV from your bedroom. And that could be the one simple thing that has such a big knock-on effect, because now you say to yourself, I'm going to go to bed at 9 p.m. tonight because I want to get up at 5:30 tomorrow because I want to go to the gym for 7 a.m. so I can get a workout in before I go to work. Start my day on a good foot. Okay? Now you've removed that TV from your bedroom, you can actually go to bed, get into bed and fall asleep at that time. You haven't got that temptation of switching the TV on. Oh, I'll just watch one quick episode. Because it's not there anymore. You've removed that thing from your environment. And the same comes with relationships, work environments. What you need to think about is that you've got to a stage where you want to lose weight, however much weight that might be, because of a product of your environment that you've lived in up until that point. It could be relationships, it could be work things, it could be striving for a particular promotion or success. But understanding that sometimes, if those things never change, then you're going to struggle to stick to that diet and to that exercise routine, because they're the things that keep making that fail. You know, turning up every day to a job that you hate, which then means that you come home in a bad mood. The last thing you want to do is put yourself out there and try and do some exercise and make a change. Instead, you want to go home, you want to stop at the supermarket on the way, you want to grab a pot of your favourite ice cream and you want to go and sit down and eat because that makes you feel better in that moment. And try and forget about the fact you've got to go back to the same job that you hate at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. And the problem is, unless you break that cycle of that thing, you know, thinking, do you know what? My job actually makes me really, really unhappy. And because I'm really, really unhappy, that's affecting my weight. That's affecting me trying to make a change to better myself. And every time I try and diet, every time I try and get fit, it's always sabotaged by the fact that I get quite down about things and about my job. So unless I break that cycle, I'm never probably going to be the size I want to be. I'm never going to probably be fit and healthy because I'm always eating to comfort myself and make myself feel better because I'm stuck in a job that I hate. So maybe you need to look at that root cause and think, right, okay, I need to think about what I'm going to do that's going to make me happy so that I can then work on these other things to make positive changes in my life. And it might have to start with looking for a new job because that is the root cause. It might not be the particular industry you're in or anything like that, but it might be the team of people that you work around. It might be the boss that you work around. It might be your commute to work. It could be any of those things, but they're making that element of your life miserable. So then it's having a knock-on effect on the rest of your life. And quite often work and relationships are two of the biggest things that have this knock-on impact on people gaining weight over time. You know, again, a relationship that you're in, whether it's a friendship, a close friendship, or whether it's an actual loving relationship, is that having a negative effect on you trying to better yourself, trying to stick to a healthier lifestyle and diet plan? Because either that person keeps sabotaging it, or because actually deep down you're miserable with that person and you're doing these other things like eating and drinking to make yourself feel better about that situation, when actually, no matter how many times you try and do that diet again and again and again, unless you work on that relationship first of all, your relationship with food and exercise is never going to improve. Okay, so losing weight and the concept of it is very, very simple, but the application of it is difficult because of all of these other things. So what you need to do is you need to take a look at your life and think about, am I someone that is always on that yo-yoing dieting merry-go-round? And if I am, is it some of these things that are the root cause of that problem? And what can I do to start addressing them first of all? Because when you think of it in the long term, years down the line, when you're like on your deathbed or you're seriously ill, it's the way you have lived your lifestyle and accumulation of all of these things that the majority of the time have had that effect on that. Okay, so if you want to live a happier and healthier lifestyle, it needs to start off looking at the relationships and the habits and the routines of your actual daily life. And are you happy within that? Because at the end of the day, there's always this one reminder that one day you will die. Okay, like I think we as humans seem to forget this, and when we're miserable in one particular thing, you don't have to be miserable within that thing, and that one thing that's making you miserable is having this knock-on effect on the rest of your life, and you need to change that particular thing, situation, environment, so that you can then start living a better, happier, healthier life. And this is a lot of the time is why people get stuck in that yo-yo dieting, lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, gain weight, into exercise, not into exercise, because they have so many other factors of their life that are making that incredibly difficult.